Day 90, the gold rush. So, most people, and maybe I shouldn't even say most people, but there's kind of this story that like 1849, not 1940, 1849, there was gold discovered in California, and everyone and their mother moved it out west to strike it rich in the gold rush, and that's the inception of San Francisco. And don't get me wrong, that's not true, but I really want to give people kind of a different perspective of the gold rush, that more based on research and based on historical documents from the time that perhaps your average layperson wouldn't know or wouldn't really understand. So, first off, it's worth mentioning that the gold rush was a little bit of a marketing ploy. There's literally a story of a guy walking through the streets of San Francisco, like either shaking a can or shaking like a cup with what he claimed were gold nuggets, walking through the streets. And then that's one of the things that kind of spurned, right, this huge movement, which was over 100,000 men over a 10-year time period. And I say this statistic a lot, but my understanding is that literally for like the first 40,000 men, there were only 700 women. So the ultimate of all bachelor societies. The place in San Francisco where they were kind of known to hang out, the red light district for the 49ers, miners, also known as the Argonauts was another name for the people that came to strike it rich. That was known as the Barbary Coast, named after a coast in North Africa known to be frequented by pirates. So the people who made the most money during the gold rush were not the miners. They were the people that were selling all the supplies, and people that, I mean, I've heard crazy stories like it got so expensive to do laundry that people would just throw away their clothes and buy new ones because that was literally cheaper than to actually wash your clothes. Another crazy thing that I've heard is that men would pay large amounts of money for things like haircuts because the lines would be like ridiculous, and haircuts were very sought after commodity, if you will. I know that we don't really think of that as a sought after commodity. I think, well, I like to explain and talk about the gold rush in the sense that the money's always been pouring in and out of San Francisco, and this kind of just set us on that trajectory. Then real estate, whether then in tech, now the artificial intelligence, right? So the last thing that I want you to think about, or that I want people to understand about the gold rush, is that let's think about what kind of man would like abandon his house, abandon whatever family he has, abandon everything he knows to move to a place that nobody knows anything about to go find gold. I haven't really expanded much on this video, but like at this time, you have to keep in mind San Francisco was not cable cars and Golden Gate bridges. It was kind of a bit of a dump. It was a place that nobody knew anything about. It was just the farthest outpost of the Spanish Empire. Y'all get what I'm putting down? So anyway, come take my walk with Spirit sometime when you're in San Francisco, and we will explore this part of San Francisco history in the oldest neighborhoods: Jackson Square, North Beach, Chinatown. It's a little bit of